Do you trust the 49ers to draft well? Sort of what it comes down to.
No. I hate to say that. They do okay. I mean, if you look at the numbers, they do okay. But they usually do better in later rounds. And John Lynch himself said later rounds this year is not very good. That's where they usually have success. They hit on late round draft picks. I mean, last year, who they get? They got Jared Brown and Moody, which was good. We'll see about Bill and Winters and Luter, possible. We'll see about Braden Willis, maybe Ronnie Bell. But there's no real dudes in that draft. And those round guys, they didn't start till the third round. So I don't know. The year before that, all they got was Brock Purdy out of that equation. So as of recent, I mean, the year before that, they traded 3 first-round draft picks for Trey Lance, who's not even on the team anymore. So no, I don't have a lot of confidence that the 49ers are going to draft well. Peters left. Peter's got all this credit. I know a lot of people that we know that love him and talk to him and say he's great. But I mean, wasn't he the guy that's supposed to be crowned like the king of this stuff? And he did a horrible job. So
yeah,
I don't know. Was he holding Lynch back and Kyle back? I doubt that. I think this is more of them, especially in the early rounds. So no, I don't have confidence that they draft well.
Me neither. Like, what do we know about the Niners? They haven't drafted well the last 2 years, with the exception of Brock Purdy and Jair Brown. 2 good players the last 2 years. They've admitted that it's a top-heavy draft, that the depth isn't there, and most of their picks are later in the draft. So
here's another way you know.
Yeah.
Here's another way you know they're not good at drafting, because what they did to get Trey Lance would have had 99% of the rest of the GMs and coaches fired. If they traded 3 first-round draft picks for a quarterback that was off your team 2 years later, almost every other GM and coach in the NFL would be fired for that.
You know what's funny about Brock Purdy? It's pretty heady stuff, but do you think he walks around the organization when he sees Kyle, when he sees John? Do you think part of him understands that he saved their job?
Oh, he's got to.
He has to, right? Like, those guys wouldn't be here anymore if Brock Purdy didn't exist or had been drafted by another team. Yeah. Like, they'd be gone.
I would love to hear what his agent's going to say after this coming year when Brock Purdy's negotiating for a contract. I wonder if his agent brings that up. You owe your job to my client, so you better pay him handsomely, right?
Yeah, it's the truth. Yeah. That Trey Lance mistake would have ruined him, but Brock Purdy exists, and so they're all good. He even said it today, like, "Ha, we got Mr. Irrelevant, so it's no big problem." Like, so you better give him all the money.
He said, remember, and it was funny because Matt Melko brought it up in this press conference. He said, you said if you're wrong about Trey Lance, you'll be fired. And he was wrong about Trey Lance, right? When they drafted Trey Lance, he said, if you move 3 picks to go get a quarterback and you don't nail it, you're going to be fired. John Lynch said that about himself, ended up not being fired. But so when I say that any other coach, any other GM would be fired for that, John Lynch himself said that. So
I mean,
yeah,
we were
leads me to believe they're not good.
We were this close to the Niners choosing between the backup quarterback for the Rams and the third-string quarterback for the Cowboys for their starter. We were this close. I mean, it was that position for a long time, and then Brock Purdy came through and changed everything.
Thank goodness for Brock Purdy.
Thank goodness for Brock Purdy. Khalil Kemp at the buzzer. How long until Jed takes a victory lap for getting the most out of the Trey Lance trade in comparison to the other 2021 quarterbacks?
Yeah. What they see?
Maybe less.
Kyle Wilson just got traded to the Broncos today.
Zach Wilson. Do you think Sean Payton's going to do anything with him?
No, I don't like Sean Payton at all. And the only thing that's good for Zach Wilson, man, is that Denver's about as close as you can get to Utah.
Right.
If you're on an NFL team, that's more of his environment. New York was never a good fit for a guy from Draper, Utah.
No. So yeah, he gets to go to a smaller market where there will be less scrutiny. Although the Broncos have a rabid fan base. It's not like he's on the Cardinals.
Yeah. No, I don't see it working out. Is he like their plan? Like who's their quarterback?
They'll probably draft someone, but you just don't know. Sean Payton.
Yeah, it's funny. He insulted the former coach for the Broncos, whatever his name was, who's now the coordinator on the Jets, right? And then so he took the team from that coach. What's the coach's name? He's the coach for Denver before.
And now he takes the quarterback from him. Maybe he just respects what a great job he did coaching him. Maybe he called up Hackett and asked for a recommendation. Hey, Nathaniel. Right. Sorry about what I said, but I need your help.
Yeah, what do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah. I think that guy's a bust, man. Zach Wilson. And he's had way more chances than Trey Lance has. People call Trey Lance a bust already. I take Trey Lance all day and every day on Sunday.
I love how Ryan said it like kind of, he's like, hey, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Zach Wilson's a bust. Like, yeah, I would say so too. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. Was that a risky
take? He freaking sucks.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Can't say that about Trey Lance yet.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. Zach Wilson,
maybe one. Yeah.
Freaking sucks.
He does.
Clinical term. Not a gold helmet guy.
Trey Lance might be the best quarterback in this out of that draft. He might end up maybe Trevor Lawrence, but he might be better than Fields. He might be better than Wilson when it's all said and done. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the show. Thanks for watching. The draft is in 3 days. So I guess we'll see what happens. Will the Niners move up? Will they move out? Will they trade Brandon Ayuk? We'll find out.
What's your final take, man? Is BA getting traded? Yes or no?
I think he's getting traded. I think they will trade Brandon Ayuk to the Jaguars, and I think Fatana will be there, and they'll draft Fatana. I think he'll drop because he's a smidge shorter than 6'4".
I think they keep Brandon Ayuk. They draft the D tackle at 31, and they move up to get Rosengarten in the second. That's my predictions.
Lock it in. Khalil Kemp. What should the first banner say that I fly over Levi's this season?
Oh, man. I don't know. Thank you, Brock Purdy. Or Brock Purdy saved your job.
I like that.